Hey legends, welcome back to Chasing Tangles Fishing Adventures. If you're new here, we're all about good times on the water, chasing whatever's biting and soaking up the best of what Tassie has to offer. Today's trip is an absolute cracker. Early start, an epic sunrise and a few changes of plan. Some surprise weather and a few underwater encounters you don't see every day. Let's jump right into it. Alrighty, so we kick things off nice and early, leaving Launceston about 4:30, boat on the back, caffeine in hand, heading to Tomahawk to launch for the day. The plan was to make our way to Waterhouse Island, try our luck on some King George whiting. Not too long after launching, we were met with this unreal sunrise, one of those calm, glassy mornings that makes it all worth it. As you can see, Carter's the first one to wet a line here, and he's nailed himself a lovely gurn to start the day, which is not ideal, but these things happen. So we get that one in and we'll flick him off and keep rolling with it. The plan was to target some King George whiting, but that quickly changed when they were pretty quiet on it, so we thought we'd have a crack for some squid. Barry, the first one here to nail a lovely southern calamari to start the day, which was quite epic. Some absolute crackers floating around, as you'll see here. Alrighty, so Carter here, he's having a crack for a squid, see how he goes. However, he's nailed one here, and not too long after this he did drop his first one, but sort of persevered with it, and wasn't long after he dropped the first one he did manage to hook straight back up again. So as you can see here, he's sort of getting the feel for it and see how they fight. Definitely did take his time getting this one to the boat, however that is all learning. As you can see here, slowly getting to the boat without trying to cover everyone in ink at the same time. Trying to get that one in. Barry's netting effort were definitely not ideal, so a couple of swing and misses there, but that happens. A swing here and a miss on the netting side of things. Maybe a refresher course is required for Barry in the future. Look at this absolute cracker of a southern calamari. He's nailed for his first one. Super stoked with that one, however he wasn't too keen on picking them up, so we'll leave that for another day. I decided here I was going to hijack the rod and have a bit of a flick and try my luck and see how I'd go, and not long after flicking that one out, bam, straight on, which is always ideal. So not too long on that one. As you can see here, he's having quite a dip. Played the game with this one and did get him to the boat successfully, so we'll get that one netted and get him on board. Wasn't quite as big as other fellas, but still another lovely one. Alrighty, here we go for Barry, round 2 on the net. He definitely did improve here, so it was a swing and a hit with that one, so stoked to have him in the net. Have a look at the beautiful colours on this one here. Super fun on light gear, so well worth targeting with your family or friend. Just thought we'd grab the camera and give you guys a bit more of a close-up on that one. Just sort of appreciate how pretty they are. I've got some of that lovely squid juice dripping down my arm, which is always kind of them to donate that. At least it wasn't the squid ink, so that's always a bonus. Carter was back out there again. As you can see, the weather's turned it on, absolutely teeming down, and bam, he's straight onto another one. So he's taking his time with that one all on. He's lonesome with it now. He'd mastered the art of it. He was definitely taking his time with this one, didn't want to lose another one, so trying to give him a bit of guidance there, steer it around the side of the boat so it didn't get tangled up in the outboard and bits and pieces at the back there. As you can see, Carter wasn't rushing this one. Obviously he didn't want to lose that one. He's taking his time, he's doing a good job there. Barry thought he'd jump in on it and do some recording on his phone, obviously. So I thought I'd jump in there and net this one for him. slipped the net up straight behind this one and bang, got him on board. Here we go, stoked with that one. Once the weather had improved slightly, Barry was back out there at it again. As you can see, he's bang straight on with another one. He was definitely the one slaying them for the day. However, this may have been because he was the only one currently fishing, because he's quite renowned for his quality tangles if anyone else is fishing at the same time. As you can see, no one was too keen on being out there when it's absolutely teeming down. So about lunchtime, we thought we'd have a change of plans, go and find some ground for a dive, see if we could get a couple of crays to finish off the season. Not too long into the dive, I was greeted with this absolute cracker of a sea dragon here. Not something you sort of see every day, but a very, very special encounter on that one. Not something I've seen before. So I was stoked to see that one, and probably not even 3 minutes later, I come across another one. Absolute beautiful colours on that one also. Very, very special encounter, and we're stoked I could get it on film. Now it was time to get back to the original plan and try and find some ground for some crays, because the ground here definitely wasn't what we were looking for. Sometimes it is nice just to, take a minute and appreciate the beautiful things that nature can offer us, like this encounter right here. Alrighty, back to the original plan, try and find some crays. Come across this big female here, an absolute cracker she was. So I pulled her out and obviously realised she was a big female, probably the biggest female I've ever come across. So I just whipped her out, and once I realised it was a big female, I definitely let her go, because she's keeping future generations alive, which is exactly what we want to do. Spent a bit more time cruising around, seeing if there was anything else happening. Obviously it was all in all, it was pretty quiet in this spot, so back to the surface, back to the boat, and try and find somewhere a little bit different. Spot number 2, bit better ground. I wouldn't say it was ideal, no major boulders and bits and pieces, just a bit of open structure really. I've come across this male here, another lovely cray. He definitely wasn't too keen on going in that bag. He fair out hold of my hands, as you can see, trying to nestle him off drive and then big claws into my hand and get him in the bag. Camera position definitely wasn't the best, but I think I'd knocked that one, possibly sticking my head in and out of holes down there. So I do apologise that wasn't super clear. Come across this lovely one here, nestled up in this cave here, so game on with that one. In there, time for the wrestle. He didn't really have anywhere to go, so I've got hold of that one once I could get hold of his antlers. Try and get him out of there, because he was fair locked in there, but we managed to get him out. He wasn't too keen on coming out, obviously, as you can see there. They do quite play up at times, but bam, straight in that bag with him. He went in a lot smoother than the previous one. Another big female nestled up under this rock here, so we'll leave that one. She's keeping the cycle of life rolling. Alrighty, here we go, game on. Found another one. He was fair hanging out at this current point, but quickly shot back up into that crack there. Got hold of him by the horns. Definitely took a bit of getting out of there. He was fair locked in, so a fair bit of jiggling, but did manage to get him out. Not the clearest, as you can see, quite a dust up of sand and shit from where it was trying to get away from me. But bam, straight in the bag with that one. Did come across this one here, as you can see. Not quite sure what I was doing, obviously in a bit of a daydream, I think. Definitely wasn't the way that you normally grab them. Maybe I was just having a bit of a brain blank, but did miss this one through and through, so he will be there for another day, because I definitely did not get him. He was well and truly gone. Another one here, which is well out of arm's reach, but still cool to see that there's some good sized crays floating around. Ended up with 4 lovely crays for the day. Biggest was 3.2 kilos. Other ones were between 2.2 and 2.4 kilos. So definitely some nice sized fish for the day. Great way to end the season and a super fun trip with the fellas. A couple of photos here of some of the southern calamari and the sunrise that I definitely won't forget for a while. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll keep trying to get you guys some brilliant content, and we'll see you soon.